This video demonstrates how to connect two or more football markets in a trigger. Let's choose a high liquidity market from the World Cup, Spain versus Morocco, and we will connect match odds, correct score, and over/under 2.5 goals. So let's start making our triggers. I've opened the triggers editor and new file. The first trigger will lay on 0-0 if any of the team's price is below 2.0. That's the idea of the first trigger. Let's create a special constant for the minimum team price, because this is the best practice of making correct triggers, to always make constants. So the trigger will lay on the first matching selection in correct score, so we choose markets, betting code is correct score, and selections index is equal to 1. Why 1? Because 0-0 is the first selection in the list in the correct score market. Here you will see now. Let me just choose correct score, and we will use short names. So yes, 0-0 is the first one in the list. That's why its index is equal to 1. So when should it lay? When the price of either of the two teams is below 2.0. The teams always come in the first two positions, as you can see. But the trigger must lay on 0-0 in correct score, remember? So how do we address match odds from inside correct score? The answer is by using prefixes. The prefix football1_ tells the program to go look in the match odds market and apply everything that comes after that prefix specifically to that market. So we add a block of two conditions that check the price of the first team, like this back price of the home team in match odds, and should be between 1.01 and min team price, which in fact says that it should be less than min team price, and the back price of the away team in match odds, like this. Let's check how it works. I'm gonna save the file. And load this file into the program. And turn the triggers on. And start refreshing our markets. Here we go. The trigger lays on 0-0 because Spain is obviously the favorite. But what happens if we change min team price to say 1.1? Will the trigger lay again? Let's check. Clear test best to retest our trigger and reload the trigger. No, as you can see, the bet was not placed. We will hover the mouse over the laying trigger to see what the reason is. And sure enough, the reason is that neither of the teams is priced below 1.1. We will go further and back on over 2.5 goals to fully cover the liability of the lay bet on 0-0 that we made a few moments ago. Don't ask me what's the point. We will do this purely for the sake of demonstration for the moment. I'm gonna get the min team price back to 2.0, and I will add another trigger for backing on over 2.5 goals, back on the first matching selection. So yeah, let's first set market's betting code. Should be over under 2.5 now. Selections index is 2 because over 2.5 is the second in the list. So how much should it back? The amount obviously depends on the liability of the 0-0 bet. To get that liability, we need to read the bets of that market. We will again use a prefix, this time football2_, which is for correct score. By reading football2 as 1, we will access the parameters of the first selection in that market. So the liability of that bet is its amount multiplied by the matched price minus 1. Yeah, like this. We enter the right formula in the amount field of the trigger. One more thing to do. The trigger must only fire after the lay bet is placed on 0-0, right? So we need to add that condition to the trigger. The program knows when a certain trigger ran in the current event, so we add that condition. Trigger number of runs in the sports event is greater than 0. Also, I want to make sure that the bet is matched, so I check whether 0-0 has a matched lay bet. football2_s_1_ lay matched. This is the variable for the amount of lay matched bets. Ready. I save the triggers and reload them into the program. First, I need to disable triggered betting to start the over-under market, and I reload the triggers. Sorry, the connection is slow at the moment. Aha, it led on 0-0, and now I switch to over under 2.5 goals. Yeah, the profit must cover the liability, but it's slightly less than that, 142. So what happened? What's the problem? The commission, of course. Don't forget that commission is applied separately to each market within the event, so you need to account for it in your formula. I will go back to the backing trigger and adjust the amount so that it takes the commission into account. Now back to the market, clearing test bets, reloading the triggers. Yep, now the amount is correct. 150. Okay, so hope this video was helpful. Give us more ideas as to what videos you need next by commenting under this video. Thank you and good luck with your trading.